for our last topic, we got our NBA hot takes for the NBA season. If you want to start, let's go.
Ooh. All right. Pistons are making the playoffs.
Hey.
Pistons are making the playoffs. I think JB Bickerstaff, I think he's going to get those boys playing. I think he's going to turn that organization around. And I think they're going to play really good defense. And I think they're gonna get a play-in spot, and then they're gonna win their play-in games, and they're gonna be the eighth seed. Uh, the Mavericks will
Wait,
make.
hold on. Wait. My bad. So they gonna make the play in and be whoever in that play in to get in the playoffs?
To get the eighth seed. They gonna get that eighth
Wow.
seed.
Okay.
They gonna get
Wow.
that eighth seed.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a hot take. That's different.
The Mavericks will be back in the NBA Finals, but the Celtics won't.
Wow. Okay.
And
the Mavericks are going back to
yep.
the finals.
Yep. The West is The West is wide open.
When you say the East wide open too?
I ain't gonna lie, nah. With that Knicks trade, I don't.
Hey, that Knicks trade moved you. Hey, that Knicks trade changed everything.
I still think it's the top four between the Bucks, Sixers, Celtics, and Knicks. But I don't think there's like a clear cut favorite anymore. With the West, literally any team 1 through 6 can get to go to the finals. I feel like, the Warriors will not make the playoffs, but the Spurs will.
Wow. Now that's a hot take.
I don't think the Warriors. I told you, bro. I think this is it with the Warriors, bro. And I think that that Chris Paul is gonna lock a new Wemby, and I think that they'll get that little play-in spot, and whoever they gotta take to get that eighth seed, they're gonna get that eighth seed. And for MVP, Denver get bounced in the first round, and the Bucks are a top 3 team in the East.
Hey, if the Nuggets get bounced in the first round, some changes definitely could be made.
Oh yes, for sure. You think they have fired? You think they have fired Malone?
I don't think so. You lose in the second round after collapsing in Game 7, then you get bounced in the first. Oh, I don't think I wouldn't fire him. I wouldn't do it. First of all, it depends who they face, how you lose in that first round.
Okay.
But if you get bounced, if we're projecting the Nuggets to be high and you lose in the first round, that is kind of bad, though. Lose it to a lower seed, depending on who it is, that's kind of bad. I wouldn't fire him, though. But changes will definitely be made. Because they've been talking about, Michael Porter, this might be it for him this year. And I think it's really not because of play. It's because of the money.
The money?
He's making a lot of money, bro, to be a third option. He's making a lot of money, bro. Nuggets. The Mavericks one is kind of crazy because the Celtics ain't going to get there, but the Mavericks. The Mavericks, man.
I mean, they got Clay now, man. I think Clay going to come back decent, man.
Hey, Clay look a little happy, man. He look happy over there. We didn't talk about him immediately, but he look happy.
Kyrie said it himself. Michael Porter making $35 million, but Kyrie said the only missing piece they were missing was Clay. So
if Clay was there last year, they would have won. I don't think so because Kyrie still would have been playing bad in Boston.
No, they wouldn't have won, but it would have made it more competitive than what it was for sure. And I think, who knows? Kyrie may have played better if they would have had Clay because you can't leave Clay. You can't. No matter how bad he played last year, you could not leave Clay open. So if they would have had Clay, it could have opened up. It could have opened up that offense way more.
All right. My hot takes. Jason Tatum will win the MVP, and he will solidify his legacy. The man has everything else. Outside of the finals MVP, he will have everything else if he wins the MVP. I feel I wouldn't be shocked if we have another 30-point per game score this year, leading that team in rebounding, leading them in assists again. I won't be shocked. And then I feel like the voters gonna be like, we got no choice but to give this man Jason Tatum the MVP for the first time, and his legacy will probably be solidified. Another one. The Brooklyn Nets will make the play-in tournament, man. I didn't say playoffs, but they will make the play-in, man. I said it earlier. I said that starting five. It don't look bad, brother. On paper, it don't look bad. And we talk about the.
How you gonna say they ass and they might get the number one pick, but they gonna make the play-in tournament, G?
Mind you, this is a hot take.
I know.
It's a hot take, brother. It's a hot take. I said that team don't look bad on paper. The East is weak. And Dorian Finney-Smith said it. I forgot to say that. He said the Nets might shock some people.
Man, if he don't get it, goofy boy. They finna get that number one.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they get that 11th seed. Well, no, it's 9.
10th.
Yeah, 10th seed. They get that 10th seed, man. I wouldn't be shocked. I didn't say playoff, but I said the play-in. Bam will finally win a Defensive Player of the Year. I feel like his versatile abilities will be shown, having to guard guards, having to guard bigs at elite level. He'll finally get to notice because I've said Rudy Gobert, he's done with. I think he'll never win another DPOI ever again. You already gave the man 4. So I think this might be time for Bam to finally get his recognition of being one of the best defenders in the league, if not the best defender in the league. And now, unless I think of another hot take in the top of my head, I got one. The Houston Rockets will be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference, man. Look, let me.
That's worse than a hot take, dog. That ain't no hot take, dog. That's just terrible.
No, hold on, wait a minute.
In the West, dog.
Let me explain, brother. Last year, I was not high on the Rockets because I didn't think they would win 20-something. I think it was like low 30, 27 games. But when Fred and Fleet said, they're playing at a faster pace. And then when I look at the team, you got Fred, you got Jalen Green, you got Dylan Brooks, you got Jabari Smith, you got Sengun. And then on your bench, I feel like we forget about Reed Shepherd, man. I think Reed Shepherd's going to have a good rookie year. You still got Kevin Whitmore. I know you're high on. You like Kevin Whitmore. You like him. You still got Tyrese, Amen Thompson. Might be the best all-around player on that team, man. If we're being honest, might be. But I do feel like with Ime Udoka as the coach, I think he might get them boys right because they did win 41 games last year. I would not be shocked if they are a top 4 seed in the Western Conference.
I got one more.
This man said my take was terrible. What are we talking
about? No. That was terrible, dog. That was terrible, dog. The Rockets 4th in the West, dog. Come on now,
you just said the Pistons are gonna make the playoffs, but I
can't say that's not as worse as the Nuggets. The Rockets being 4th.
I mean, you just said the West. You just said the West was wide open.
You got Fred VanVleet and baby Jordan Clarkson. Come on, dog. Like, nah, man.
Bro, am I tripping? Did you not say like 10 minutes ago that the West is wide open?
But for them to be a 4th seed,
hey man,
a 4th seed though, I can see 6. I can see if you would have said 6, I'm like okay, but you said 4. That means they gotta pass the Rockets.
They are the Rockets.
I mean, not the Rockets, the Nuggets. They gotta pass the Nuggets.
Hey, we said the Nuggets have got weak.
The Lakers. Then you still got Minnesota. You still got OKC. You still got who else we got over there?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I said them already.
Dallas, Denver.
Dallas. Yeah, you still got Dallas.
Kings.
Kings. Yeah, bro. They not gonna be no top 4 team, bro.
Hey, man,
that's worse. That's worse than the hot take, dog.
it's not, bro.
That's worse.
No, it's
That's worse
not,
than
bro.
I think.
Nigga, motherfuckers be hating. Like, what the hell? Bro, what are we talking about?
All right, one more. I got one more. Rookie of the year, Stephon Castle.
I'm forgetting about who the rookies are, man. That's crazy. This is so
Look,
sad.
I just had to Google it. I just had to Google it. This draft class so
I
weak,
had to
boy.
think. I was like, wait, who are the other rookies? Zachariah, Alex,
Shree Shepard,
Reese.
Castle, Ron
Is he gonna
Holland.
make enough of good? Is he gonna have a good enough impact to be rookie of the year?
Who
That's
Castle?
the thing. Yes.
If they trade Chris Paul, I think they're gonna let Chris Paul go by the
Yeah, you've been
by the
saying that.
Yeah,
I
I
said
think they're gonna,
if they're good though, I think they're gonna keep him for the rest of the year though.
then that would make my playoff hot take possible if they keep him.
No, you said the Warriors ain't gonna make it, but the
Nah, bro, the
Spurs
Warriors
will.
ain't making it, bro. They ain't making it, bro. They ain't making it, bro. They finna get a lottery seed. They finna get a lottery pick, and then they gonna flip that lottery pick to try to get something back to make one last playoff push.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Nah. Kawhi Leonard will play 65 games this year. Hey man, that's all you need is 65.
He ain't even gonna give you 65. That boy talking about his knee hurt already.
What he play? How many games?
How
he
you
play?
have surgery?
Play 60.
Didn't he have surgery in the offseason?
That's what they said. They said
The
he had a
man had
procedure.
surgery in the offseason, and he's still not healthy before training camp, dog. He not playing 65 games, Jay.
Hey, man.
I love Kawhi, but he ain't playing no 65 games, dog.
I did have I thought of it, but Anthony Davis might win DPOY this year too.
Yeah.
I think it's bro. I think it's either gonna be Wemby, Anthony Davis, or Bam. It's gonna be one of them.
I don't think they're gonna give it to Wemby quite yet. I think they have to give it to Wemby next year. I don't think they'll give it to him.
He was just second this past year in his rookie year.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going how I don't think Anthony Davis is gonna get it. I do think Bam will get it, but I think they're just gonna wait. Well, you know, the voting system is all messed up. But I think it's gonna take Wemby one more year, G. One more year. Wemby gonna have to give us one more year of being dominant like that with the blocks and the defensive ratings. Because I think when he was on the when he came back into the lineup, the Spurs defensive rating went all the way up, bro.
Yeah, so when he was off, like when he's on the court, they like statistically wise, they have the best defense. They like have a top 3 defense in the league when he's on the court. And then when he's off, it's just bad. It's just bad.
Because, like you said, Bam deserves a defensive player of the year. Anthony Davis deserves one. So I think they're finally going to give Bam Adebayo one.
I do want to say, somebody in the comments, they were right. Because when we was talking about the Hawks should trade their pick for Zach LaVine, they actually don't have that pick. I actually forgot. They traded that pick to get DeJounte Murray. So the Spurs have that pick. And when he said, I was like, you know, buddy, I think he's right, though. Because you was like, man, they need to trade that pick if they want to get Zach LaVine. But they don't have the pick. And then that makes it hard for them to be bad. So it's like they got to play good so that pick won't be high.
Yeah. Because if that pick is high, if the Spurs would be set up, because if that pick is high, the Spurs can either, if they want to go into win now mode in year 3 with Wemby, they could trade that. They could trade that and trade some pieces in order to bulk up that team and get more talent on that team, or they can just go through the lottery again and keep it moving.
Let's say the Hawks are bad, and they get the first pick. Cooper, Devin Vassell, or whoever you think should be first. Any of them potential rookies coming out with Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, and Wemby.
No, I would flip it. I would flip it if I'm the Spurs. Because you got Wemby already, and then you got Stephon Castle as your point guard. Then you got Devin Vassell who playing the 2. So your 1, 2, and your 5 or 4 is already locked up. I mean, you can flip that number 1 pick, and you can get you a really good wing defender or another good wing, or if you want to pair another big next to Wemby, another big. I wouldn't keep it because Wemby talked about how he wants to win now. So if Wemby talking about he want to win now, and Pop don't got that long left anyways. So I think they'll flip that number one unless they really see something in Cooper Flag. Then if they get the number one overall pick or a top 3 pick,
Who would
and
you
Cooper
pick?
Flag is there.
Who would you pick at that number one pick? The pair with Wemby. Who would you pick?
Cooper Flag. And that's only because they already got a point guard, so you don't need Dylan Harper, the guy from Rutgers. And then they got Ace Bailey, but I think Cooper Flag's better than Ace Bailey. He's at Rutgers too. But yeah, I'll
Damn,
put
Rutgers
Cooper
got a
Flag.
squad. They could
Yeah,
be
Rutgers
good. They
got
could be
yeah, they got
cold.
a whip. They got a whip. But yeah, I would pair Cooper Flag with Wemby just because I can put Cooper Flag at the 3, and then Cooper Flag is really good defensively, and he has a high motor, so I think that'll pair well with Wemby.
Stephon, Cooper, Devin Vassell, and Wemby. And
That's
Jeremy
not bad.
Sohan. That's
That's
not
not
a
bad.
bad team, man. It's not a
That's
bad.
not
And
bad.
Wemby, he only go get better. Hey, Spurs might make the
I
playoffs.
keep
Okay.
forgetting about Jeremy Shohan.
Hey, man. Like I said, I think they gonna start Chris Paul, Devin, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy, and Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby.
Keldon Johnson come off the bench.